Hello, darlings. Hello, hello, hello. Come in, come in. Kisses, kisses, kisses. I'm sending you light and love energies. Your girl is back. And I know, if you've seen my last video, you're probably running, girl, what's been going on? I wanted to come on here. I'm sorry, I'm turning my phone off so it won't bother us. I want to talk about transmuting pain to power. So, as an adult, I'm learning that them old folks that used to give you a little birds of a feather flock together. They were right. They were right. They were right about a lot of things. Slow down. Time is precious. Don't let people waste it. So, a lot of my friends, including myself, are hitting these roadblocks in your relationship where you're arguing in a lot, things are being said, maybe, folks have gotten a little disrespectful, whatever the case it is. I feel like we're in the age of Aquarius. So, the thing about Aquarians, baby, is we do not live in delusion or illusions, okay? We could try, but the spirit would only let us do it for so long. So I'm noticing there's a lot of big energy shifts, baby. If you're praying for a certain thing, if you're asking for a certain thing, then don't be surprised when certain people, jobs, or when your money start getting a little funny, because spirit's pushing us to break out of our illusions, okay, and realize that, baby, if you believe in manifesting, what are you doing? What are you worried about? Because let me tell you, this is some realness right now. I am learning that at this age, that the world that is versus the world that little girls are brought into are not the same. They are not the same world. When you look at the female side, it is Prince Charming. He's going to come. He's going to rescue you. He's going to be romantic. He's going to cater to you. He's going to be handsome. He's going to be fly. He's going to be emotionally intelligent. He's going to be all these things. And ladies, let's just be real. When we're describing these, we're literally describing women. Because, baby, unless his mama sat him down, okay, and made him sit with his feelings, teach him about his emotional intelligence, teach him how to be romantic, teach him how to be thoughtful, men do not come that way, darling. Especially if they didn't have dads. Okay? So, from your TT, okay? Baby, that's just a fairy tale. You are not going to find all of that in a man. Not all at once. Not all at once, honey. Not all at once. It may take time to build. It may be that way over time. But that's just not how they're built. Girl, they dirty. They stink. A lot of them are messy. A lot of them have moms, sisters, aunts that did everything for them. So that's how they feel like you should be. And, at this tender age, too, I'm also learning love ain't enough. Love is great. But, baby, love don't pay bills. Love does not keep a roof over your head. And, baby, somebody can love you today and not love you tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? That's number one. And then number two, darling. Number two. I'm getting excited because it took me a really long time to learn these things. Growing up, I was in a very strict Christian household, okay? And we were also homeschooled. So, you know, you know, I'll say this. Being a homeschooled kid, you get a lot of time to think for yourself, a lot of time to fill in the blanks. You don't have a lot of outside noise and influences that's gonna, tarnish the way you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, I noticed with a lot of high school kids, including myself when I was their age, you really care what people think. And you want to people please, and you want to fit in. And the thing about being a homeschooled student is you really get to. My mother really got to not only educate us, but also do character building as well, if that makes sense. Like, she taught us, not to follow the crowd. She taught us to think for ourselves, stick up for people, if one monkey jump off the bridge, and you gonna jump too type situation. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that, at least for us. And we also were not sheltered. Homeschoolers, like a lot of traditional homeschoolers, do not fraternize with the outside world. And when I mean the outside world, I mean diehard traditional homeschoolers. While a lot of them are weird, and I'm not trying to be politically correct. Let's just call a spade what it is. A lot of people think homeschoolers are weird. And the reason that is because, number one, a lot of homeschoolers who are homeschooled, their parents do not allow them to watch TV. They cannot listen to secular music. They do not have access to the internet. Of course, this is before, iPhones and cell phones. This is when I was coming up. I don't know if that dynamic has changed now that there's phones, but I do know that if they have any electronics, they are heavily monitored. To a degree, I agree. But you got to understand that a lot of those traditional homeschoolers that people deem weird, their parents completely shelter them. They don't watch TV. They can't listen to the radio. No secular music. Sometimes, even if they're really strict, they cannot have public school friends whatsoever. If you go to like a Catholic school, or you go to like maybe a Christian private school, then they can kind of give exceptions. Otherwise, it's a no. It's a no. The most they can do is art, music, like play instruments, listen to Christian music only, gospel music only, anime. That's why they're huge on anime, because that's like the only thing that they can really go in all in, which to me is just, it doesn't really make sense, because Yu-Gi-Oh is all about magic. And anyway, we're not gonna go there. So yeah, so let me bring it back. With that being said, when I was coming up, a lot was not told to me about, as a woman, what do you need? As a woman, command what you need. As a woman, if this ain't that, how to dismiss it. The most I was ever taught about men in general is like, no sex before marriage. That's it. No sex before marriage. No sex before marriage. Of course, yeah. Guys only talk to you because they want to sleep with you. And of course, I was dumb and naive and didn't believe that. Again, that whole Prince Charming BS, You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us are out here, we're like a compass with no arrow. Like a compass with no arrow. And as I'm getting older, I'm really starting to understand what's really important, what you really need. And if you're going to be a lover girl in this world, baby, you're going to have especially with low self-esteem, you're going to have a tough time. Because you're going to look for that with no boundaries, and you're going to find dust. You're going to find dust. So, I just want my girlies to know love is not all you should be attaining for. Can you provide? Meaning, can he pay all your bills? And can you stop working? Because let me tell you something. I was definitely one of those, I'm strong and independent. I'll go 50-50 because the nigga ain't gonna leave me. So, I done been married. I done the 50-50 thing. Then I got divorced. And then I was the strong and independent working with a kid. And baby, baby, pressure is meant for shoulders, not hips. And I know there's this feminist movement that's going along. But baby, let's just be real. Let's just be real. It's bullshit, okay? Because I don't see no women out there getting up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, laying concrete, welding so these bridges can go up, making the concrete molds in the rain, snow, sleet, cold. I don't see no women doing that. I don't see no women out here on the poles. Okay? When it's -5 degrees and the ice then cut the wire out and you got to go out and fit the electricians, the plumbers, the carpenters. I don't see any women doing that. Okay? So that equality BS can go out the window. It's trash. And I want more women to be okay with the fact that, baby, I want a man to take care of me. I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I want more women to be okay with saying that. Now, with that being said, we are not our grandmothers. We are not our mothers. Back in their day, they had to depend on a man, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? They had to get a man to get a bank account, to get a house. They needed a man because they did not have opportunities for women back in the day. Your behind was supposed to be at home with the kids. So we are not our grandmothers and our mothers. Yes, I am a firm believer on have your man. Let him pay for everything. But baby, you still have your own. You know what I'm saying? I'm realizing. Let me tell you. Okay? These women who have these men that take care of them, pay all the bills, these women have their own businesses, baby. Their own little side hustles. Mary Kay. Avon. I might be telling my age right here, but y'all remember the Tupperware parties? If you never heard of a Tupperware party, baby, ask your mama, auntie, sis, granny. That was a hustle back in the day for women. Garage sales was a thing. Like cooking, selling plate. Like these are little, have your own on the side. But still let that man pay for everything. And I want more women to be okay with that. Like, you know, it's okay. It's okay for us to want that. It's all right. I want it. Hell, I'm tired. Let me tell you, I'm 36 years old, baby. I'm tired. Okay? Because to cook, to clean, to wash, to raise my son, to be there for him emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, spiritually. I think I said mentally already. Yeah, all them. Then remember to take care of myself. Remember for me to eat right. Remember for me to exercise. If I got a man, he gonna want to do the hanky panky baby and touch this kitty itty. Touch kitty meow meow, and I'm gonna touch. Something's gonna give. And I feel like more women should be okay with that. Girl, I'm just dumping my thoughts on here because I got a lot of them. You know, love ain't enough. If you are a young woman, yes, love is great, but can he take care of you? If you lost your job today, would you be able to depend on that man? And they try to shame women for being gold diggers. Why not? Because when we out here with these men giving us cubic zirconian, you end up homeless. You end up on the bus stop. You end up like, baby, what we gonna eat? You end up being the man in the relationship 9 times out of 10, always digging in your purse for a man. Been there, done that. No. A man's job, what he was designed to do. Because think about it, they're bigger, their chests are wider, they're stronger, their bodies are a lot more low maintenance than ours for a reason. They meant to be out there hustling and bustling. We're not. We're just not. And so many of us are tired. Especially the black woman. I said it. I gotta bring it there because if you're on my page and you're looking at me, you just gotta understand. Because so much of us is admired for our strength that it's almost now a detriment to us. We're so strong now. We're so hard that nobody can recognize our pain when we're tired, when we're wore out. Anytime you express it and it appears to be anger, it's never perceived as sadness. When she's tired, she's exhausted. No, it's just anger is the only emotion that's associated with us. Oh, another thing that's important that y'all should really, really consider for your future, if you're young and you're watching this, is surround yourself with people that bring you peace. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to help my mama Jean out. But yes. Number 2. Surround yourself with people who bring you peace. And when I mean peace, I mean people who just, when you get around them, you just, so if you got a lot of people and they make you feel like this, when they should be making you feel, surround yourself with those people. Those people are dying. Or, baby, them people ain't around everywhere. I got a couple of those people in my life, and I love them, and I'm so grateful for them. I am so, they don't even understand. That is something that I believe will save you from a lot of stress. A lot of stress. If anybody is in your life, and they just getting on your nerves more than they are benefiting you, or just getting on your nerves and just getting on your nerves and just making you upset, and just every time it's something with them, it's always chaos. Just get them away. Negative Nancy, negative Betsy, whatever. Negative Mike, negative Kyle, negative Daryl, negative Tyrone. Get them out of there. Because, baby, let me tell you something. Wrinkles. You see this? I spent a lot of my life doing this. Okay? A lot of my life. And I want you to watch something. You see that? It's starting to stay, y'all. It's starting to stay. So that is, save yourself the crows, wrinkles, baby, and your edges. Save your edges and your skin from that stress. You don't need it in your life. You don't need it. You don't. You do not. Number 3, baby. As a woman, we are divine, baby. We are divine. Do you understand the power that we hold? We are a direct line from the spiritual realm into the land of the living. That's what I'm going to call it. Earth, if you will. Our bodies make humans. Our body stretches to birth a human. We bleed. Sometimes quarts and pints, baby. And some folks really bleed a lot more than that. Every month. And we don't die. Okay? Being a little dramatic on that one, but that is how powerful we are. Learn to transmute. Learn to transmute. What I mean by that is, baby, when the world hands you lemons, you make lemonade, baby. Okay? You make lemonade. There's a couple things in this world. It's going to break you. This world can break you. This world can crush you. This world can dim your light. This world can make you think that you are less than what you really are. This world can make you accept less. And this world could also make you forget. They can make you forget who you are. And baby, it's easier said than done. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. I did not get like this. I was not born like this at all. This strong, confident, I won't say strong. I hate that word. Like, I really don't like that word because it's just too much. Too much of the black woman has been strong. I am assertive. I'm assertive. I'm light. I'm divine. Loving. So much of that can be taken away if you allow it. A lot of women have been mishandled, abused, heartbroken, ran over. I won't even just say women. Men too. Men too. Men too. But men take a whole lot longer to recover than women do. Because we have community. They, unfortunately, got to suffer in silence. But don't let the world crush you, baby. Don't let it crush you. Baby. If you don't know my story, I grew up in a very chaotic household with a stepdad that I've known since I was 18 months old. Him and my mother were my biggest bullies. My stepdad was always there to remind me what I wasn't worth, what I didn't deserve. I only have this because if it wasn't for your mom, this. If it was my choice, I send you. That was the first person to ever let me know what my worth wasn't. You know what just dawned on me? My stepdad took me on a father-daughter date, right? I did my hair. I got all dressed up because he was supposed to teach me how a man should treat me on a date. Y'all, he took me to McDonald's. He took me to McDonald's. My first date took me to McDonald's. That's where I went. I dressed up so cute, did my hair, and the little makeup that my mama did make me. And then we went to McDonald's. And some of you think, oh, what's wrong with McDonald's? Where a man takes you when he's trying to impress you matters. So at a young age, I'm worth a McDonald's Big Mac meal. That's what I got. And baby, at that time we lived in California, so my dad could have took me anywhere nice. Okay, he took me to McDonald's. And guess where my first date was with my ex-husband, who was my abuser? Chick-fil-A. You see? People trying to dim your light. If you're trying to teach your daughters to respect themselves, the type of treatment they should expect, he took me to McDonald's. There is no father-daughter that I have met. I always hear about where they took them. It was nice. They got flowers. I will say he did open and close my door. He did say that the man should do that. He should open up your door, close your door, open the door, scoot your chair out. You should pay for the date. And that was really it. And then he didn't take the time. Like, this is my first teacher, like the first teacher. So I'm getting off course, but yeah. First man. Tell me what I was not worth. And that stuck with me for a really long time. Baby, up until my 30s, I really had to go through some situations. I really had to pray. I had to go through spiritual awakening. Baby, I did the tarot, listening to spiritual advisors, listening to, like, it was a lot. Feminist coaches, dating class. It was a lot. Because that sticks with you. It sticks with you. People will try to tell you that you're not worth it, but you are. Take that pain and make it power. I'm going to give you a couple examples. I had an acquaintance, and we always worked out together. However, we lost no weight when I worked out with this acquaintance. And then I got a trainer. And baby, she got me snatched. You hear me? I mean, I had a son, and I can't blame it all on my son, but he stretched my stomach out so far that it like, and then I was already overweight when I was pregnant with him. So I didn't gain weight when I was pregnant with my son. I actually lost weight because I didn't eat. I lost weight. So when I gave birth to him, my stomach was just flabby. It was just skin hanging. And then I got on the depot, and then, you know, I ate everything. And then that made me gain weight. That made me gain a lot of weight. And then I got with my trainer. I started to work out with her. And I started to feel myself. And I also corset trained too. And I remember when she was thin and in the best shape of her life, I was cheering her on, her biggest cheerleader. She would encourage me to wear whatever at my big size, right? And then when the roles reversed and she gained all the weight because she had a baby and I was losing my weight and loving on myself, it was, you're never going to lose your stomach. She kept trying to talk me down, and she kept trying to talk me out of it, and she kept trying to talk me into getting rid of my trainer. But instead of listening to that voice, you know what I did? I went harder. I told my trainer, and my trainer went harder. Pain, power. Because it hurts when you cheerlead for someone, and then when it's their turn to be happy for you, they can't do it. Pain into power. As a little girl, I always had a vision in my head. A vision in my head of the woman I wanted to be. She didn't give a rip what anyone thought. She wore what she wanted. She walked into the room and owned it. See, when I was with my ex-husband, I was under those things. I was very passive aggressive. I was very much so. I went from my daddy's house to being abused to over here with this to being abused. And it didn't start off that way, but everyone knows abusive relationships always gradual. It starts with verbal. It starts with a little manipulation, and it gets to verbal, and then it gets to tearing down, then it gets to attacking the mental, the spiritual, and then boom, it gets physical. I was abused by this man, and he cheated on me so many times, and in my face so disrespectfully. My self-esteem was shot, dead. I had none. I felt worthless. It took me a really long time to recover, but you know what happened? I left his ass, and I became exactly the woman that I said I wanted to be. So much so that I became untouchable. This man chased me. 14. For 6 years. I kid you not. He told me I was trash. No one was going to love you the way I wanted to. I'm only a 20, not an 80. You ain't that cute. No one's going to want you. You fat. All this stuff. And I became, not all at once, but over time, I became the woman that I said I wanted to be. I didn't give a rip what he said. Nothing that he said bothered me anymore. His words didn't define me anymore. It didn't matter. I became untouchable to him. And that man chased me for 6 years. Would not divorce me worth a damn, y'all. Transmute that pain into power. I notice a lot of women come out of that situation angry at men, bitter at men, hate men, spewing that rhetoric to other women. Don't get married. Don't do it. No. Baby, you can do it. You can get married. Look, I don't care what nobody says. Everybody wants to talk about, the divorce and baby, yes, divorce, we're doing it. Because who wants to be stuck in a 40-year-old marriage, not happy, can't stand the person that you're sleeping next to? Do you understand the amount that women had to endure? What they had to tolerate because they couldn't divorce that man? Baby, I don't believe in divorce. I don't believe we should be shackled to death do us part. I believe in, I like you, you like me, let's see how this goes. I don't think that's wrong. I'm going to treat it like a business. And when you're doing too much, I'm going to leave you. That's just me. It's just me. But I wanted to stay in that anger, but God was like, no. There's a bigger purpose to this anger. Let me show you. And I took a look at the women in my family, and I realized how they are, what they endured. Why is there so much abuse with the women in my family? And then I just kind of realized, I just didn't know any better. I didn't know what to look for. I did not know what a good man was, what it looked like, what it sounded like, what they talk like, what it feels like. So I was like, that was on me. The people that were supposed to show me failed miserably. I have to search these things on my own. Because at the end of the day, I like love. I like partnership. I like companionship. But baby, it gotta come with some other things like providing, generosity, integrity. That integrity is a big one, baby. That can't be taught, bought, nothing. It gotta come with it. Go inside. I went in. I did a lot of inside work. Instead of being angry and bitter because it doesn't do anything for you, because I did try to stay in that, I went inside and I released myself. I don't want to be a better me. Do not fall victim. Transmute. What that means is use that anger, pain to invest in yourself, to better yourself. Whether it's mentally, whether it's spiritually, physically, transmute that. Don't let that sit in your body, because it destroys you from the inside out. That's why you have a lot of women, by the time they get to their 30s, baby, they look toe down, toe up, because they didn't let people then run them over. And they didn't transmute that energy. They just let that sit right here in the heart. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you at all. At all. Baby, I have been in a physically abusive relationship. I have been raped. I have been sexually assaulted too. One as recent as 2021. Baby, I have every reason in this world to run them up, honestly, but I'm not. I don't want to. Because when I did for that little bit, baby, I did not recognize who I saw in the mirror. And something in me just won't let someone win. You will not win over me. I'm the winner of my life. Transmute. That's the only thing I can tell you is transmute. If you do not get anything out of this video, baby, take care of you. Understand as a woman what you need. Because if you don't understand who you are as a woman, then you're just a compass with no arrow, baby. Understand what you need. Understand, Understand what you need. And value peace. And transmute. I know I've been talking. I hope I've been because baby, once I get to talking, my brain just kind of goes, it goes everywhere. I don't know. Folks say I have ADD. I don't know. ADD is something like that. I don't know. I just smoke, so I don't know. But if you've been watching my videos, I've been going through it from every damn angle, okay? I really feel like Job. I do. Like, just stripped of everything. Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? Ain't nowhere to go but up, baby. And I am a firm believer in spirit, the universe, the ancestors, the angels, all that. Call on all them. Light your candles, set your intentions, write it down, burn it if you need to. Set your intentions. We do not have to go about this on our own. We are never forsaken. Ever. Ever forsaken. That's one thing I've learned. Even when I feel alone, I know I'm not alone. I just close my eyes and I pray to spirit, to my ancestors, and I know someone's listening. I know it. So, I just wanted to come on here. I don't mean to be talking for so long. But baby, I got a lot to say, apparently. I do. But you know what? If life is whipping you, come on. This is what we're going to do. And this is what I do. I put my hand over my heart. Okay? Put my hand over my heart. Sometimes I go like this, do two hands, however you feel it. Just take a deep breath. Hold it. Exhale. One more time. Take a deep breath. Hold it. And then exhale. For me, I don't know what you want to call this, but it's just a way for me to come back into my body. Because sometimes we get up here as a woman because everything is connected and everything, all these thoughts. And it's so easy to literally worry yourself or talk yourself into a panic attack, honestly, or anxiety. So bring it from your head, bring it to your heart, and just remember that every situation that you didn't think that you was gonna make it through, look at you, right here, watching this video, making it through. All right. TT loves you, babies. Come on this journey with me. Follow me on all platforms. My name is the same. La Fierce Queen. I love you. I pray for you. And we gonna get through this journey together, baby. Even if we gotta kick, scream, cuss, and smoke. But we gonna get through it, okay? All right, my babies. TT's out.